Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Thursday, February 13. I'm wishing everyone a happy, thankful, thriving Thursday. We are in the Mantle of Hope, Revolution Inspiration, and the theme of today is Black History, Education, and Knowledge. Number 6. Remember, we are celebrating Black History Month. And so, excuse me, today we're going to be talking about Black history, education, and knowledge. Number 6, empowering the future. One Global Movement's mission is to defeat illiteracy and champion Black intellectuals, educators, and thought leaders. And these are children and young people and women and other leaders that are already there. So, education, as we always say, is the most powerful weapon, in the words of President Nelson Mandela, that we can use to change the world. So, education is the great equalizer. It is the great equalizer, the foundation upon which freedom, opportunity, and progress are built. One Global Movement recognizes that the fight against illiteracy is not just about teaching children to read and to write. It is about dismantling the barriers that have long suppressed marginalized communities. By focusing on the importance of education in the fight for equality, One Global Movement is committed to ensuring that every child, especially within Black communities, has the access to knowledge and tools necessary to become intellectuals, educators, and thought leaders. And not just access, quality access and quality tools that they can use to educate themselves in school and out of school. For centuries, as we all know and understand, Black scholars, activists, and educators have been at the forefront of intellectual transformation. From W.E.B. Du Bois' groundbreaking work on race and education to Mary McLean Beaton's unwavering commitment to Black literacy and empowerment. The contributions of Black intellectuals have shaped societies and paved the way for progress. Today, as we speak, it is our duty, you and I, all of us, to continue this brilliant legacy by fostering a new generation of critical thinkers and leaders who will shape the future. And we are talking here about our children, our young people, and of course, with a focus on young girls, because in so many societies, young girls have been deprived of education and a lot of things, and even leadership. So, One Global Movement's action plan. So, what is our action plan here in One Global Movement for education and equality? To truly eradicate illiteracy and empower Black educators and thought leaders, One Global Movement is taking decisive action in the following ways. Number one, establishing literacy programs. We will launch literacy initiatives in underdeserved communities to ensure that children and adults alike have access to books, digital learning tools, and skilled educators. By creating literacy hubs, we empower individuals with the ability to learn, grow, and innovate. Right now, as we speak, we are opening a living room, if you may call it that, living room libraries, or as we call it back in Cameroon, palos, to help children read. Children have a place where they can go there and have about two, three, four kinds of books to read, and with a teacher that is helping them to read and to write and to do other things. And so we are doing that right now in Cameroon. And then we also are working on scholarship and mentorship opportunities for children and young people and women. Education must be accessible. And being accessible means it has to be accessible to every child and every young person. One Global Movement will provide scholarships to students from marginalized communities who demonstrate potential but lack financial resources. We're not just going to give these scholarships to children that are excelling, but we are going to start with those that are really facing insurmountable odds. So we're going to begin from there, especially those that don't even have parents to help them. So we're going to begin from there. Through mentorship programs, we will connect young minds with Black intellectuals and educators who can guide them on their journey, right? So that is very, very important. And sometimes in certain cases, it may not just be Black educators, because remember, we have intermarriages now. And so we have a mixture in almost all the global families. So we just want to find the best for these children. Number 3, curriculum enhancement and representation. This is very important. True education must reflect diverse perspectives. We will advocate for and implement educational curricula that include the contributions of Black thinkers, inventors, and change makers, ensuring that our students, children, understand their heritage and the power of their potential. We all know that when you teach children, when you teach young people, adults, in their culture, what they understand the best, it is going to be so change impacting on them and the world as well, instead of forcing them to learn in one language or in a certain curriculum. And so this is what is really going to change children and change the world. Because when children study in a culture or in a language that they are not accustomed to, is not part of their culture, they have this void within them. They feel something within them, and a lot of time they don't even know what it is to explain, because that is lacking in them. And let us all understand that these different cultures and languages and styles of studying or learning was created by the one that created us. And when we utilize that, it will be for the benefit of our children. And when our children benefit, the entire world is going to benefit. And therefore, number 4, we want to empower Black educators. Investing in education in educators means that we are investing in the future. One Global Movement will support Black teachers through training programs, networking opportunities, and funding to help them create impactful learning environments for their students. And sometimes we can also do it differently, depending on the society, because a lot of teachers or educators have been overburdened. They have too many students, and therefore the unique attention that is needed for every child most of the time is not there. And most of the time now, the children are left to really find out for themselves without any good quality support. So we can also do in different ways depending on the society. And number 5, we talk about technology and digital access. A lot of these vulnerable communities don't have access to technology and the gadgets that are needed for them to study well. And so in today's world, digital literacy is as crucial as traditional literacy. We will work to bridge the digital divide by providing devices, internet access, and technology-driven learning opportunities to students in Black communities, ensuring that they are equipped to compete in a global economy. And when we talk about this technology and digital access, we want to use it with high integrity and with very high standards. We want to use it morally right, because when we don't, then it's not going to help our children. So we want to be able to teach our children to use it well by us, first of all, using it the way that it's supposed to be used so that they too can see it, and also making sure that the information that is loaded into these AI systems is accurate and it is serving every child, not on not serving some children and not serving the other. So we want to make sure that that has that equalizer there for every child. So number 6, we talk about community engagement and parental involvement. This is so important. Remember that education for every child starts from home. It starts from home, the foundation for every child to succeed in school, in their work, in their business, in whatever they've chosen to do, starts from the home. And therefore, we want to be able to help these children. You, me, the parents, the adults, and the caregivers around these children should be able to help them beginning from home, from the cradle, from day one. And sometimes it can even start from the stomach. What are you telling your unborn child? And when that child comes out, what are you telling? How are you? How are you loving that child? How are you providing that for that child? Do you create a good educational environment for this child? This is very, very important. So a child's education begins at home. Very important. We're not going to be blaming the teachers. We're not going to be blaming the psychologists. We're not going to be blaming the counselors. It starts with us, the parents. It starts with you and it starts with me. One Global Movement will organize workshops and forums to educate parents on the importance of literacy, study habits, and advocacy for their children's academic success. And in other cases, do you know your children's teachers? Do you know their instructors? Do you know their principal? Do you attend Parents Teachers Association meeting? Do you attend conferences? Do you attend your children's activities or extracurricular activities out of the school, or you just negate your children to gadgets, or you're not following up to cheer your child on? What are you doing? Are you organizing reading sessions? If you don't know how to read, you can just sit there and really maybe doing something that is still educational, or really sitting there and paying attention and admiring your own child to study and clapping them, cheering them on is very, very important. We all need to do this. We do not just relegate our students or our children in the hands of teachers. We are the first teachers, we the parents. And then number 7, we talk about advocacy for educational policies. Systemic change requires legislative action. We will collaborate with policymakers to push for equitable education policies that eliminate discrimination, increase funding for schools in underserved communities, and provide better resources for educators. That is so important. Now, raising the next generation of Black intellectuals and thought leaders. How are we going to do that? By taking these steps, the steps that we've discussed above. One Global Movement is not just educating individuals. We are cultivating a new wave of Black intellectuals, educators, and thought leaders who will drive innovation, lead social movements, and inspire future generations. We believe that every mind, every child, every young person unlocked is a world transformed. When you unlock the mind, the body, the soul, the heart, the spirits of every young child, you have transformed the whole world. You have unlocked the whole world to a new era of thought leaders, educators, and professionals. Every student empowered is a leader in the making. Let us all know that. When you empower your child, when you empower these young stars that are rising every day, you have empowered a leader, and that leader is in the making starting right now. We can do this, and it is possible. So education is not a privilege. It is not. It is a right of every child. By defeating illiteracy, we take a stand against inequality, oppression, and systemic barriers that have long hindered Black communities from reaching their full potential. Together, with unity and unwavering commitment, one global movement will build a future where education fuels empowerment, equality is the norm, and the voices of Black children, Black intellectuals shape the world. Let us rise. Let us educate. Let us transform the world. One book, one mind, and one opportunity at a time. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, because this is one of the most easiest and simplest way that we can start by supporting our children's education, how they eat, and how they study. This is one of the easiest ways that we can start by doing that, by liking, sharing, and subscribing to One Global Movement YouTube channel. You can also go to Facebook, where we have a One Global Movement Facebook page where you can like and follow. We love you all. Until next time, bye-bye.